Hello lovelies, and welcome to my first video in my 2017 Project Life album. Yay! Who's excited? Who's excited for Memory Keeping 2017? I know I am. I'm hoping to actually stay on top of my Project Life this year. Does anyone else have that same goal every year? So tomorrow, hopefully I can do my week 1 and then I'll be up to date. Yay! It's exciting, isn't it? But I'm starting off with my 2017 title page. Now, fun fact, today, the 7th of January, last year, same date last year, so exactly 1 year ago, was when I posted my very first process video on YouTube. So it's very exciting, which is why I want to get this video up today, because my first ever video on my YouTube channel was also my first layout in my 2016 album, which was New Year's Day. I didn't actually do a title page for my 2016 album, and it's still like that. But anyway, into this layout. Now, I bought this acrylic piece off a shop, an online store, and when I saw it, I knew that I wanted to do a shaker pocket. So I got one of my page protectors that has 5 4x6 slots and 2 3x4s, and I knew I wanted to put the 2017 in the middle and some sequins and wood veneer and some glitter, and seal it up with my fuse tool. Now, this is the first time I've used the fuse tool, so it takes me a few goes to get it right. But in the end, I get there. I just wasn't letting it heat up long enough and pressing hard enough, I think. So it ends up working in the end, and it doesn't look that bad, considering it took me 3 goes. But anyway, so shoving in my sequins, going to get some glitter, and then I'm going to put that acrylic 2017 in there. And then on the 4 3x4 spaces, no, the 4 4x6 spaces that are on the layout, I've put a picture of my boys each, a picture of my husband and I, and then a family picture that we took on New Year's Eve. And then I'm just going to use the 3x4s. Oh look, there's my hair. I'm going to use the 3x4s to just make 2 little filler cards. So here I go with the fuse tool, hoping to get this right. No idea what I'm doing. Thankfully it didn't work the first time, because if you noticed, my craft sheet is there, and I'm pretty sure that's not heat resistant. Or is it? Good question. But anyway, I do end up moving it. By the time I get it to work, I end up moving it out the way and just using it on my craft mat. So if you haven't used the fuse tool before, it's a really nifty little tool, especially if you want to make things like shaker pockets or custom size Project Life inserts, or pretty much anything where you fuse a page protector together, obviously hence the name fuse tool. But I've never given it a go. I've made shaker pockets in the past, but I've just used double-sided tape or washi tape or things like that. But I bought the fuse and I thought I'd give it a go, especially when I decided that I wanted to make a shaker pocket for my year and my title page. So I'm sorry about the glare and the wobbliness of the page protector, but obviously I have to work with the page protector now because I've fused all my stuff in there, and I wanted to see how it looked with my shaker pocket. So I've got my page protector and I've got my photos on top of my page protector, and that's how I'm going to work with it from there. So I'm using my Kitaholic January kit to use this page. I didn't really use a lot of products, really. It's mostly the photos. I don't embellish the photos, you'll notice. And it was a last minute decision to turn them black and white because they were all different colors, and I thought it just didn't go, and it was going to be too bright and it wouldn't go with the sequins or anything. And I knew I wanted to go with a watercolor sequin bluey green sort of thing because it's the color that's in the kits. And there's this pattern paper that came in the kit, and it's my absolute favorite, and I've already used it for a layout. It's what this card is here. This was a 4x6 card that I cut in half so I would have the same on either side. And it's a beautiful watercolor pattern, and I wanted to use this specifically, and in the end I felt that would go much better with black and white photos. And I also decided that if I want to scrap the photos later in 12x12 form, it'll be a little different because I'll do them in color, because the photo of Will down the bottom is actually one of my favorites, but it doesn't look the same in black and white. It just doesn't have the same effect. So I do plan on re-scrapping these. Actually, it'll probably end up being in my 2016 album, so it's going to be a whole different album. Well, look at that. So all I did was I got my distress crowns that came in the mixed media kit, which is my absolute favorite, and I used the stencil that also came in it, and I've just scribbled a bit on the stencil and then rubbed it in through the stencil onto the cards, just to sort of give them a bit of continuality so that they look sort of the same on either side. And then I found 2 quotes that I love. Now, one quote I find every New Year's is that quote, tomorrow is the first blank page in a 365 page book, make it a good one. And I thought, well, that would be perfect, obviously. So I put that on one side and thought, well, what am I going to do on the other side? So I just found another quote, and it said, this year is ours, what will we do with it? The past 2 years have been pretty rough in our family. We've had my mum pass away, my nan, and just lots of drama happened in the past 2 years, and we're like, well, this is going to be our year. You know, this year, 2017, is going to be better. So that's why I liked that quote. I thought it sort of tied in with that whole this is our year type thing. So to add my quotes to the cards, what I did is I typed them up on my computer in a pretty font that I liked, and then just printed them out and cut them into strips and attached them to my cards, nice and simple. I'm not a big fan of my handwriting. I do make an effort to put it in my album so that one day, you know, my kids will know, hey, that messy writing is mum's. But anyway, you know, the handwriting touch is good, but sometimes I, you know, especially when the writing is a main focus on these cards, so I decided to cheat, use some of my awesome fonts on my computer and print them off and cut them up and make the cards that way. So like I said, for this spread there's very, very little embellishing. I don't embellish the photos at all, and I don't put a lot on the cards. This pack of wood veneer came in the January kit, the Kitaholic Kits January kit, and I use those. There's some really cool feathers in there, so I use the feather wood veneer on one card, and then on the other I just use a heart and some bling, pretty much. I don't embellish a lot. I wanted to keep it pretty simple, especially with all the sequins and the glitter and the shaker pocket, and also because I didn't want to make it too bulky on my first spread. So I keep it nice and simple. And yeah, I was of 2 minds about the photos. I thought, should I embellish them or not? But in the end, even though they are black and white, I decided not to embellish them at all. I decided to leave the photos as they are. I love the color contrast between the black and white photos and the pops of blue and that teal color in that whole middle section there. So that's why I decided to leave the rest of it plain, and I really love the way this looks. The black and white against the blues and teals is really cool. I just love the whole monochromatic look of it. So once I add some bling and enamel dots to my little clusters on my cards, that's it for the layout. Very, very simple, but very effective. I like the way it turned out. So yeah, I hope you've enjoyed my first video. Well, it's not really my first video for 2017, but it's my first video for my 2017 album. And I'm really excited for this year's album. I'm going to try my best to stay up to date and hopefully share it with all of you. So I've actually had a really productive crafty day today. I've done art journal layouts, I've done this, I've done December daily that went up earlier today. So I've really been very productive. I'm very excited about it. So I can't wait to start my project life by doing week 1, hopefully tomorrow. I don't think I'm going to take too many photos tomorrow, so I think I can cheat and start it tomorrow instead of waiting for Monday. So I hope you'll come back and check that one out, and I hope you'll join me and for all new videos this year. So can't wait to share them with all of you. So if you're not a subscriber, go, you know, check it out. Check out the channel, have a look at my videos and see if you might like to subscribe. I try and post very regularly, 2 to 3 videos a week, hopefully. And yeah, so I hope to see you around. Like and subscribe for new videos, and I can't wait to share more with you. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon. Bye.